Let's take a look at, excuse me, let's graph B. So this time we know graph A, we're going to find graph B. And in finding graph B, first of all, we need to find the equation of the line. And we can see intercept points very clearly here. We can see this one here is going to be 0 along -2. So we've got a y-intercept of -2, if you like, and an x-intercept that looks like 1, 2, 3, -4. So it's -4 along and a 0 up. Here we go. So let's take a look at how this all plays out. So that's what we've got. I don't need to find these points anymore because I can already see them. They're both there. So let's write this out. So I've got y is equal to mx plus c. So we've got that. We've got intercept here. I'm just going to concentrate on the y-intercept. So y-intercept, I'll put equals, what's that? 0, -2, there it is, equals 0 along -2. So that -2 there is going to be my C value. There it is. Now we need to find the M value, which is rise over run. Okay, let's take a look. We have a negative graph here. We're going to use the leftmost point that we know. Well, this point here is actually a very useful point. We could use this point here, but it seems to be going in a very common way. We can actually see, this very nice sequence here. So I'm just going to, in fact, I'm going to start here, and I'm going to go along to get to the next point. Start there, 2 along, 1 down. So 2 along and 1 down. So the graph gradient is -1/2. So I'm now going to put my -1/2 into the M value there. So there it is. So now y is equal to -1/2 x minus 2. Or I could say, if you like, y is equal to negative x onto -2. Either of those works perfectly well. Now, next part of the question, though, says confirm the point of intersection by solving these simultaneous equations, by algebraically solving them. So now I've got two equations. Well, let's have a look. Here's one equation, and the other equation was y, I'll write that y, is equal to 3 over 2x plus 2. Now, because y is equal to this and y is equal to this, that means that y must be equal to y, and all of this must be equal to all of that. So I can just make this equal to that. Well, let's go ahead and do it. So I've got 3 over 2, x plus 2 is equal to negative x on 2 minus 2. Well, I want all the unknowns on the left side and all the knowns on the right side. Well, I don't know x's, so they go on the left side, and I'm going to put all the knowns on the right side. So I know I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides. There it is. So 2 minus 2 is 0, so I'm left with a 3 over 2x is equal to negative 1/2 x. I've got a -2 minus 2 is going to be minus 4. All right, now let's add this to both sides. Let's add 1/2 x, which is what this is, plus 1/2 x to both sides. So this, of course, half x minus 1/2 x is 0. Left with -4 on this side, but on this side, I'm left with, well, 1.5 plus 1/2 is going to be 2 x's. So 2x is equal to -4. And if you're not sure, just do this in your calculator. 3 over 2 plus 1 over 2 is going to be 2. Now I'm going to find x by dividing both sides by 2, because 2 divided by 2 is 1. 1 times x is x, and I end up with a -2. So now I've got a point here. I've got x is equal to -2. Well, we want to find the other point, so I'm just going to take one of these equations. In fact, I'm just going to take this equation here. It's got less negatives, and negatives just to get in the way, really, for me. So I'm going to go 3 over 2x, so y is 3 over 2x plus 2. So I'm going to place the -2 and substitute that in for x. There it is. So I've got my -2. Here we are. My -2 goes in there. So y is equal to 3 over 2 times -2 plus 2. Well, 2 divided by 2, or if you like, you can go 3 times -2 is -6 over 2. Y is equal to -6 over 2 plus 2. So now I've got, this becomes a -3 plus 2. Well, negative 3 plus 2 is equal to negative 1. So I've got y is equal to negative 1. So now I've got my two values. I've got x is negative 2, y is negative 1. So therefore, and in fact, let's just confirm that. So I've got a negative 2, comma, negative 1. Oh, look, there it is. Negative 2, comma, negative 1. So that confirms that we were correct. So now let's just write a concluding statement, which might be something along the lines of, therefore, point of intersection between, that's my way of writing between, what have we got? Y equals negative x on 2 minus 2, and y is equal to 3 on 2x plus 2 is, and we've got negative 2, comma, negative 1. We write them as an ordered pair, and that is our conclusion.